Knights. They were medieval superheroes who fought in armor, rode horses, and wielded deadly weapons. But what actually was a knight? How did one become a knight? And what did they do? Well, let's find out. In medieval Europe, a knight was a mounted warrior who fought on horseback. The word knight comes from the Old French word for knee, because medieval knights wore knee-high armor. To become a knight, one had to undergo a ceremony known as knighthood. During this ceremony, a lord would typically take a young boy into his service, and the boy would swear an oath to be loyal to him. After training for several years, the boy would then be made a knight. Becoming a knight was a big deal. It didn't matter if you were born a peasant or a prince. If you were a knight, you were equal to all other knights. However, only men could become knights. Women could not. But what did knights actually do? Well, as I said, they were mounted warriors, so they fought on horseback. Knights fought in large groups called armies. They also fought in formations, which means they would arrange themselves in specific shapes before battle, such as a circle or a line. This made them very effective in battle, as they could overpower their enemies through sheer numbers and discipline. Knights were also expected to fight bravely and honorably. They were forbidden to harm civilians, women, or children, and they could not surrender. If a knight was captured in battle, he was either put to death or forced to become a prisoner of war. What did knights wear? They wore armor. This could be made of leather or metal, but the most common material was steel. Steel armor was made up of several pieces. There was the helmet, which covered the head and often had a visor to protect the face. Then there was the breastplate, which covered the chest and back. Knights also wore gauntlets, which were like gloves, and greaves, which covered the legs. Some knights also wore a cloak to protect themselves from the elements. And don't forget the horse. Armor was expensive and heavy, so it was often passed down from father to son. Many knights also had their armor decorated with their family crest, or motto. This was a way of showing their loyalty to their family and also of intimidating their enemies. What weapons did knights use? They used a variety of weapons, including swords, shields, lances, and bows and arrows. The most common weapon was probably the sword, as it was versatile and could be used in close quarters combat. Shields were also important, as they could deflect enemy attacks and give the knight a much-needed advantage in battle. If you liked this video, please leave a like and subscribe for more content.